Kickstart this edition with some breaking news coming in this morning. The Supreme Court of India hearing the State Bank of India's plea seeking an extension of time to furnish details of electoral bonds to the Election Commission. That is today. A 5-judge bench headed by the Chief Justice Chandra Chowdhury is going to take up the CBI's application in the electoral bonds case, is what we've been given to understand. That matter is going to be heard today. Remember, the CBI had sought more time as far as furnishing details of the electoral bonds matter is concerned to the Election Commission. Now, a 5-judge bench, which is headed by Chief Justice of India Chandra Chowdhury, will take up this SBI's application in the electoral bonds case. Supreme Court to hear the SBI's plea seeking extension of the time that they needed to furnish details as far as the electoral bonds are concerned. Supreme Court is going to be hearing this plea today, in which the SBI has sought details. In fact, the SBI sought an extension to disclose the details. I'm going to go straight to Shrishti for that story. Shrishti, what time is the court going to be hearing this matter? It's an important plea. Just take us through the details.
Well, yes, definitely very important day in Supreme Court today, Sneha, considering the Supreme Court had last month, while setting aside the electoral bond scheme, had very clearly and categorically asked the State Bank of India to furnish details of the electoral bonds and the funding that was made to political parties. All these details were directed to be given to the Election Commission of India, and the Election Commission was to then publish it on its website. However, few days before the deadline, which was March 6th, the SBI approached the top court seeking extension. Now, the deadline has passed, but the matter has not been taken up by the top court yet. In the meantime, since the deadline had already ended, we also saw the petitioners in the main matter again approach the Supreme Court seeking contempt action against SBI for not complying with Supreme Court's clear directions. Now, the contempt plea, which has been filed by ADR CPIM, have very clearly said that deliberately SBI has tried to not furnish this information, and SBI is in a very deliberate contempt, clear contempt of Supreme Court last month's order. According to them, this is being done. The reason why SBI is seeking an extension and why the details of the bonds have not been given out yet is the fact that they want an extension till June 30th, which basically means they don't want to furnish the information before the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. So very strong allegations have been made by the petitioners against SBI. SBI's plea seeking extension will also be heard for the first time today by the same constitution bench which had given its electoral bonds verdict. So it will be very important to see, will Supreme Court be inclined to grant any sort of extension, any sort of relief to SBI, or will Supreme Court tilt towards the contempt petitioners and maybe issue some directions to CBI to immediately release the details, or make some strong remarks against CBI for not complying with the court's order. So we'll know once the court hears this matter at 10:30 a.m. today, and we'll be bringing you all the updates from the court here in India today. Back to you.